everybody. Welcome to episode 27 of the Unwrapped Leader Podcast, where we get raw, real, and relevant in the new network marketing and helping you become a gifted leader in your business. My name is Teisha Dorianna from Canada.
And I'm Dracy Dewar from Australia.
If you guys are watching live right now, make sure you say hello in the comments. We got them all in front of us. Say hi. If you're catching the replay, just let us know you're watching on the replay so we could thank you for tuning in today. So as we approach the new year, it is only weeks away, which is crazy to even think. I know a lot of you guys are just thinking about the holiday season and the time you're going to take with your families and friends during this time. And we wanted to do an episode to talk about how you can set yourself up for 2023, what you're going to leave behind, what you're going to bring into 2023, because it is almost time to say goodbye. So I'd love to hear who is ready for 2023. Let us know in the comments if you are so ready for this year to be over and you're ready to get on with the new year. So first of all, I have to say, because it has been a freezing cold week in specifically Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta. I'm sure all of Alberta. I'm not kidding you guys. We have been experiencing minus 30 degrees Celsius weather, but it says with the wind chill, it's felt like minus 40s. We are feeling the minus 40s. Like, I haven't even been leaving the house. I got a grocery order delivered to my door the other day because I'm like, I'm not going shopping. I'm not leaving the house. I will pay the extra $10 to get those groceries delivered to my door. And then on the other hand, in Australia, Dracy, what's the weather there?
So I just recently got back from one of my favorite spots, Rainbow Beach, but it said that the weather was like plus 32, but it definitely felt like plus 40. So it couldn't be more opposite of the spectrum. You are definitely rugged up and I'm trying to cool down. But there's definitely one thing we have in common right now doing this podcast. We are both locked in our places with all the windows and doors shut. You got the furnace going and I got the air conditioner going on right now. So, but I'm not complaining. Definitely not complaining. It definitely is a different feel and season here. We do have Christmas trees popped all over, different parks and different shopping centers and everything. It was definitely something to get used to when I moved to Australia to actually see Christmas trees at summertime. But I love it. I couldn't have it any other way. I do occasionally get a little bit festive and have that missing Canada feeling, you know, that the little bit of snow and the little bit of family and fun indoors, but it doesn't last very long. Once I'm outside, I go, oh yeah, this is why I live here.
Yeah, exactly. Like we have two seasons. We have winter and summer, and winter lasts for 3/4 of the year, and then we have summer, and that's pretty much how she goes. So yeah, I'm about done. I'm about done with winter already, but the furnace is definitely cranked. I'm like cozying up in my living room every night, putting my fireplace on and like getting under all the covers. And it's cozy, and I do like the whole, I think, just ambiance, I guess, of having the cozy fireplace and everything, and just working from my couch is kind of nice too. A little change up in the office because my office can get cold, so it's nice that I could kind of have that choice, work under the blankets. And I got a brand audit done last night for a social media MVP program, and I did that right by my cozy fireplace, so that was just beautiful. And speaking of our social media MVP program, Dracy and I just completed our third week with the trainings, and we are starting our third week of calls as well. And so we only have 1 week left 2 weeks left technically, but one more training to go through with 3 more modules. And we are still offering packages at this price because this program likely will never be offered again exactly how it's laid out. We have different parts of it with the modules, with the 3 different packages we're offering. We have the silver, gold, and pink ribbon package. We're delivering brand audits. We're delivering personal business analysis, one-on-one calls. And so all those moving parts we encompassed into this one program at a really, really discounted rate to what we have it valued at. And everything will be available afterwards, of course, if you guys are interested in anything along those lines of working with us. But right now we are still offering this program at the rate that it's at. And we have all the replays in the group. You guys have lifetime access to that social media MVP group as well. So if it's something you guys are interested in, simply reach out to us or head over to the unwrappedleader.com/social media MVP, where you could actually read up on the packages. You just fill out the form on there. We'll receive it, and you'll receive an invoice within 24 hours if it's something that you still want to take advantage of. You guys, like I said, you could take advantage of it now, and then moving into the new year, that's when you can really work on it if you're just wanting to get it at this price right now. But me and Dracy are looking forward to completing this. We've already seen so many amazing, I think, changes and the impact we've made on people that have been stepping it up and thriving online with their social media game has just been wonderful. So like I said, there's still packages available at this price. If you guys are interested in that, just go check out the website or reach out to us personally. We'll be happy to answer you and give you guys more information too. So getting into today's topic is what we are going to let go of in 2022 and how we are going to get ready for the new year in 2023 and how we're going to set those intentions that will make an impact. So, Dracy, I'm going to let you begin with a little bit of a review and reflect on the last year.
Woo, exciting. And I just, before I get started, I have to say, watching our MVPs grow is it's just so exciting. It really gladdens my heart. I just love creating that community of people who are just so focused on being present online and showcasing and sharing their presence, their gifts, and what they have to offer. So I've loved it. I can't wait. We're going to finish. We're going to have our MVP kind of ceremony for them. So we can't wait to showcase who our MVPs are. So now, we talked about letting go a few times. This has kind of been our theme for the last end of the year of what to let go and level up. And we were talking about, yes, it made a really good movie called Frozen. It's funny what you talk about comes about, because you're definitely frozen and stuck up there, aren't you, Teisha? Well, let's thaw some things out. And as we talk about what we can thaw out, I actually, this time of the year is kind of, I know it gets super busy. I know our responsibilities leading up to Christmas is overwhelming and things like that. But I always, for a lot of years, I've always made sure I took some time out, whether it's a weekend getaway or even if it was a family holiday. But what I'm trying to say is I needed time away from that everything craziness going on. And the reason why I have done this is because I needed time to review and reflect for my year so I could plan and prepare for the following year coming up. So this is something I have learned. It's a skill I had to implement. And just recently I came back from a fantastic weekend away at what we call Corin Cove. It's South Stratty. Please Google it. It's a wonderful spot to just really, again, it was the beach and the bush, and it allows me to get in tune with nature. I love opening up my arms and allowing the vortex of abundance flow from me, and I get my feet all earth. Now, I know it's a little hard to earth when you're up in Canada and when it is frozen, but fresh air does amazing things for your body, no matter what temperature it is. And so some of the things that allows me to do is take a real deep dive into what I want to do for the following year. And so just some things I like to review and reflect on what was great about the year overall. What are some things I could have done differently, as well as what I need to let go of in this year moving forward to make 2023 really great. So just to kind of my own personal recap in that is that, there's a real fall of theme here. And you're probably, if you've been following us on our podcast, clearly our book has been a really big deal. Our brand, and for those of you that don't know me, is my baby. So my book, my brand, and my babies, that's been my big thing for 2022. But in saying that is my social media game. That's been something that has been really a big part of this whole year. I think really come back in February last year, I started putting some, purpose into what I've been doing. And so I've gone from being a student to a teacher this year in that. And so in sharing that, I did a social media committee where I handpicked 12 people, and I helped work on their personal game in social media. And that's how I kind of learned what I had learned and implemented onto them. Then I even was able to implement a social media marathon where we did a 4-day marathon, these 14 topics, and just really did a deep dive into it with those students that I had. And then now Teisha and I have taken it to the marketplace and created our MVP program. So we're pretty pretty stoked about that. We're pretty proud of what we've done. And then as well, something that has been really big in my reviewing and reflecting of this year is myself making an impact on the Dr. Wallach message. For those of you that know me, I am very big into health and wellness. I am a certified holistic health coach, and I definitely am doing my best to be a big shout out on the Wallach message. Hence why taking the social media game, taking the people that are in that are Wallach warriors and helping them showcase and share online. So those are some really big things that I feel that this year I've been able to make an impact on. Things that I'm incredibly grateful over is how good my health is. I'm almost 53 years old. I'm on no meds, pain-free, med-free, living a good free life. And I think that to me, that's something I'm proud of. It's not something that just happened naturally. It's something I've had to work on. And again, things that I have implemented into my health and wellness are definitely strategies that I use in my business as well as my personal life. I'm very grateful for the enriched relationships that I have in my life through my family and friends and inner circle of people and my business partner, as well as my personal life partner. But I think overall, I'm most grateful for the stability that I currently have in my life. And that's not something, for those of you that may know me or have read the book or in my history, stability was never not one of my things that I naturally or part of my nature. I've had to really nurture stability. So I take a lot of time to recognize that. Things I could do differently, planning better, scheduling. I think those things, I guess, are still on the forefront because as we're growing this brand and as we're implementing our strategies to our network marketing business, we're kind of still, our nature is fly by the seat of our pants, Teisha and I. But then we certainly find ways to schedule and plan it. But I think, if you're going to think of something to do better, I think that's probably what I put in there. And then if I was to say something that I needed to let go of, maybe some old habits that are not serving me well. Again, I put a lot of, love into my health and wellness, but there's always still those one or two things that always kind of creep in. And I'll admit it, mine's probably a little bit about alcohol. And so I have this relationship with it that kind of is going from none to too much. And so going into the new year, I said 2022 is my year to maybe let go of some of the bad habits that may creep up in that area. So that's a mouthful. So I would only help share that with you because it's something that I do on a daily basis. At the end of the day, review and reflect my day and then rehearse what I want to happen at the next day. And so taking it as a full year, I think it's really important to have that date with yourself to start that. So talking about what to rehearse, this is where Teisha's going to come in on how you can rehearse by what intentions you want to make to set yourself up for 2023. Was that a mouthful, Teisha?
No, it sounds like you had an incredible year. And you have a lot of things that you're looking forward to in the new year. And I guess for me, a little bit of review and reflection. What you mentioned, of course, we got started on the brand, which we've been starting, I guess, for more than a year now, but we really started to implement that and put a focus on it in 2022. And so we launched our brand. And then I remember in the middle, I was getting married. So I had a lot of things going on in the summer with our stay, travel to Kelowna. Also, I guess a lot of travel in the last year, traveling to Kelowna for that. And then I had a couple incentive trips. So I got to take my mom to the Bahamas for free. I got to take my dad to St. Martin for free. And one of those trips was actually one that was postponed for years because of COVID. So it was just a very fulfilling year with my family and traveling, and I was traveled out by the end of it. So, I think my next trip coming up will be in the new year. So I am looking forward to getting back to doing that. But, on top of that, we had an incredible wedding 3 years later. And another thing I think that was a big part of my year was putting a better focus on my health and wellness. And what motivated me was the fact that I bought a wedding dress 3 years ago. And I was like, I don't know what I looked like or what I weighed when I bought that. So I was like, pretty sure I gained some weight. So I really put a focus on it. I hired a trainer to help me. And I ended up finding a really big passion for just the gym and really putting my health first. And I've just felt so much better since doing that. And it's something that I don't do it every single day, but when I do, I could just see the difference that my whole day makes, just my productivity and everything. So that was something I learned a lot about in the last year. That was unexpected. It wasn't in the plans to learn it, but I think it was, in the moment I knew that I needed to do something. And that was the solution I kind of turned to, and it was definitely for the better. Of course, publishing our book was a huge one. It was so exciting. We got to celebrate with family and friends. And I still remember our book launch day and our after party with family and friends that we thought was maybe going to be, I don't know, like 30 minutes to an hour. And we talked till I think midnight or something. So that went on for hours. We just had so much to, so many people to see and talk to. And it was just so nice. And of course, celebrating recently 5 years in the network marketing industry at the end of this year was a huge milestone for me and something I'm very proud of. And, I love this industry and I have a huge passion for it. So that was another one. And then just yesterday, I celebrated 9 years with my husband, right? Well, 9-year dating anniversary. So we've been together for almost a decade now. So we just celebrated that yesterday. We're actually going to be going out for a nice dinner this weekend. So that was just a little bit of review and reflect from my year. I honestly probably could have missed something. It felt like a jam-packed year. It was so busy.
But isn't that awesome? But isn't that wonderful? Just taking the time to just review all that, what you've done. Doesn't it give you those goosebumps? It makes you feel good. I think that just makes a difference. And I didn't even mention it was my 30-year anniversary this year of being in the network marketing industry. And I'm so proud of that. Considering the first 9 years that I was in the workforce, I never lasted in a job longer than 6 months. Like in 9 years. And now, then all of a sudden I was 23 years with one company and just like I said, 30 years in the industry. But what an amazing year. And look at this, where we're at. So oh my God, now let's talk about 2023. Like that's in 3 weeks from now. Wow.
I know it's insane. And so I want to give you guys, just a process that you could work through to start setting intentions for 2023. So the first thing you guys want to write this down. Okay. You guys want to get it on paper. When you could get everything on paper, that's when things become a lot more clear and real. So the first thing is, what do you want to accomplish for this year? And I know this is like the Unwrapped Leader. This is only the beginning for us. And I know that my goal, like Dracy's goal, I really think I could speak for both of us here, is just, we want to help business builders thrive online, offline in this industry. We want to make an impact on leaders and help them grow. Not only people on my team, I want to continue to grow, my team and boosting those leaders on there, but also with the Unwrapped Leader, because that's what I love to do is to really build other leaders up. And we have, some huge goals for releasing our the Unwrapped Leader Academy. So more info to come on that for sure in the new year. So that is definitely huge goal, something I want to accomplish for ourselves. Something else I want to accomplish is, I think this is more of maybe this is something more on my improvement. So I'm going to wait on that one. But I actually wrote down a number, Dracy. I wrote down, I want to make an impact on 100 leaders in 2023. I want to make a huge impact on 100 leaders. And whatever there's, definition of success is to them, I know we're going to work with 100 leaders next year. So that's what I wrote down for us as a number. I just love that 100 number. And I know we could do that. And I know what we're going to do, Dracy. I never talked to you about this yet. We're going to start a tracker, and we're going to put like 100 sticky notes on our wall. And we're going to write down every single leader that we get to impact during our year of 2023. I thought that would be fun.
Wonderful. I love it. See how you just lit my heart on fire? We're talking about these things. You're going to unwrap yours. I'm going to unwrap ours. We're going to see what kind of gifts we can give our audience. Who's going to be one of those leaders that is going to step up and step out and become a gifted leader in the Unwrapped Leader community. Like, how awesome is that?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm so excited for that. And then another thing, once you write down everything you want to accomplish in the new year, what do you want to improve on? What are some things that you wish you would have done better? So a couple things for me is I want to learn to set better boundaries. Sometimes I struggle with that because all I want to do is help. But I have to remember, and you have to remember too, that if you want to pour into someone else's cup, yours has to be full first. So sometimes that takes setting boundaries and making those improvements. Another one is my sleep habits. Like Dracy knows this. And also, I don't know, Dracy, if you have goals for this or if you're just happy. I mean, I don't know how Dracy does it, honestly, but I am someone who I don't know what it is. My brain decides to work at like midnight and it's just like, let's go for 2 hours. So I want to be a morning person. And I feel like I am a morning person. Like I'm happy in the morning, but I'm also a night person. And so I'm trying to find the happy medium. I guess it's really nice that I have, a business and a lifestyle that I can be a little bit of both sometimes, depending on what my schedule looks like. But I do want to be better with it because I do think that sleep is, it's a huge thing that helps with like ultimately your health and just your productivity during the day. And there are days where I just feel like, wow, I stayed up so late and I got a lot done, but now I just feel like my whole day is unproductive. So I do want to work on that. I want to be a bit better with that. And then with that comes time management. And I think that time management for me, I'm good at managing all the things that I have on my plate, but I'm not great at it. I was bad and now I'm good, and I'm still working on the good before I'm great at it. So
nice.
Something else I definitely want to improve on. So there's a lot for sure to work on. Another one is I put down systems. You know what? I have systems. I love systems, but I know there can always be more. I know that there's always places and ways that I can, whether it's saving time or just making things more efficient. So I think systems was one of the words I jotted down just because I want to really bring more of that into 2023. So write down everything you want to improve on that you felt you want to work on coming up in the new year. And then the last thing for this process is new things that you want to learn. And for this one, I'm going to be honest, I struggled a little bit writing some stuff down for me because I think a lot of the things I learned, like what I told you guys, I learned more about the gym. I don't plan to learn it. It's something that kind of comes up in the moment. And also it's kind of like you don't know what you don't know. And I know that I'm going to learn so much in the new year, but I think I struggled to like pinpoint what exactly it is. Because again, it's like you don't know what you don't know. And so one thing I did say though, is I want to learn how to throw a leadership summit. And guess how I learn best? I learn best by doing. So Dracy and I want to learn how to throw a leadership summit. And that's definitely something we are going to learn by doing. So 2023.
I do know how to throw leadership summits. I've probably thrown over, at least 23 plus of them. But to throw one on our own as the Unwrapped Leader together, I think is going to make it extra special.
Yes. Dracy, you're going to teach me. You've thrown conferences, summits. You're going to teach me. I'm going to be the student. I'm going to learn, but we're going to make it happen. Another huge goal for us for sure. So absolutely. One last thing I want to share with you guys in this is just when you're writing these things down and you start to develop some goals and things that you want to accomplish for the new year, make sure that these goals are SMART goals. I don't want you to just write your goal out and have no plan in place. I want you, and you've probably heard of SMART goals before, but if you haven't, it stands for a goal that is specific, right? Give us, how is that going to be measured? So that's your M, specific, measurable. How is it measured? How do you know when you've accomplished the goal? Give us, something that you could actually measure, something that is attainable. Okay. So something that, when you put, say, a number on it that you're going to measure it by, is it attainable in the time that you have, right? So it's almost like when you think of this as like writing a book, is it attainable to, write a chapter a week? Well, me and Dracy did it. We know that that's attainable. You could write a chapter a week, right? So that's just like looking at it from that book, writing a book perspective. And the next one is realistic. Is it something that you could realistically do? And then lastly is timely. What is your timeline? You have it as a goal for the new year, but what is your date? What time are you going to put on it? And that's going to be really important too, so that you can really figure out and break it down month by month, week by week, day by day on those tasks that you need to do to hit that goal. So make sure you guys are setting those SMART goals when you're setting your goals for yourself in 2023. So that's what I got for that.
Excellent. Well, and in saying that again, shoot for the moon, land amongst the stars. Like I'm all about the big, hairy ass goals. And then you come down and you break it down into the specifics. And I think that's what's great. And it's like a big fog, as long as you know what that end result is, it doesn't matter how foggy it is. You just take that one step at a time. So I think, it comes down to that crafting a vision. And so this is why I'm a huge, big advocate about how do you craft your vision. And so there's just a few steps and strategies that I've always taken. And one of them, again, is to remember that date with yourself and really think about it. And one exercise I always say is to take the people who are most important to yourself, write your names down and write how old every one of you are right now. And then write down how old everybody will be in 5 years from now. And then write how old everybody will be in 10 years from now. Take the time to expand and explore. Where do you see yourself in the 5 years from now, the 10 years from now? Who do you plan on spending it with? How do you plan to contribute? What do you need new? Will you need a new home or new rug or new carpets, a new Cara, I don't know, but this is for you to actually just take the time and looking at that. And that's just one of the ways I always do it. In business, this is what Teisha is witnessing and we're doing together is now, in our network marketing business, we have the focus of vision of leadership. So we are able to work our way backwards in that. And so another really great one is when you do the vision, people are attracted to visionary leaders. People are attracted to people who have goals. I find there was an exercise done and it showed people who had goals, people who had no goals. People with goals were more positive, enthusiastic, and had that attractive approach to them. People who had no goals were negative. People were repelled against them because they were constantly complaining because they didn't have something to look forward to. Very powerful. So if you're wondering how to get started, I always say do a 1-year letter. And in saying that, I'm telling you to do this, I had to say to myself, it's time for me to actually do my 1-year letter. I haven't done one for a little while. I think it's over a year since I've done it. So write it. What's the date today? Our date today is the 8th of December, down here, down under, 7th. But write it, the 8th of December, 2023. Write it. And then write the letter as if everything has already been done. So if you're a network marketer or you're a business builder, an influencer, just start writing the things that you really want to accomplish as if they've been done. As in Teisha and I will have already, our book is going to have this huge awareness through the whole direct selling industry. It is going to be the book that people actually recommend, and that all these different wonderful companies are inviting us to be a guest speaker to expose us to their audience. We're going to have this book club, this 12-week book club that's going to unwrap each one of our chapters in our gifted leader community. We're going to create another program around creating community, a program around mindset, and yes, we want to do a program around leadership. So these are just some of the things that are going to be on my 1-year letter, as well as the fact that I'm going to be going to New Zealand for 6 weeks, and I'm going to do 2 months in Canada. I'm going to be here for all my babies' birthdays, do a family vacation, and as well go camping on the beach. So my 1-year letter is once I finish writing it, because I already wrote all my details down, but I want you to take the time to write it as if you've done it. And even in that 1 year later, you can be talking about that what you're working towards. So in my 1 year, this is all the things we're going to be doing. But Teisha and I will probably be planning our leadership summit in Hawaii for that following January. So I'll be writing that on my 1-year letter. Teisha and I are working on our summit. So as you can see, it's a powerful thing. I highly recommend that you share your goals to other people, just like we've shared our goals to you. Write them down, speak them, share them with the people that matter most, to the people who are going to help build you up. If you have people around you that are naturally negative or incredibly protective, and you share something with them, they usually have a negative comment, they're not going to change when you share this fabulous goal with them. So please share it with someone who cares, or not necessarily. I'm sure they care, but they may not care the way you care. But find the right people to share these big, hairy ass goals with. And this is where I finish off with saying the importance of having a coach or your upline support, because you want to be able to bring this to them so they can help you break them down into your SMART goals, have a plan, and have a strategy. So I know this is shared a lot. I can't wait to see those of you. If you've done a 1-year letter before, or you plan to do the 1-year letter, please comment here about your 1-year letter and how exciting it is. Write it like a Christmas letter, as if you're one of your best friends or someone you haven't seen in a long time, or maybe you have somebody very dear in your life that's passed away. Write it to them, someone that you really are really proud to share these kind of goals with, and it'll make a big difference in your life. Now, Teisha, let's give them some activities that they can do to make 2023 great. How does that sound?
I put together 10 activities that I'm going to share with them to make your new year the best as you can. So let's get into that. So first one is forming new healthy habits. So I told you guys some habits that I want to form, some things I want to improve on. So that might be some sleep habits for you. It might be fueling your body with good food. It could be something to do with time management, whatever it is. I want you to think of something that maybe you want to improve on, and then how you could change that into a healthy habit for the new year. So that's number one. Number two is eliminating what is not serving you well in your life and removing any toxicity from it. So that might be situations, that might be people. It's just important that you are surrounding yourself with what you want to become. Okay. So eliminate what's not serving you. It makes a huge difference. 3, is focusing on what you can control. I talk about this a lot. I think it's one of the biggest game changers that's ever happened in my life and in my business, because when you could be a part of the solution and not the problem, when you could stop complaining and start finding a solution, it makes the world of the difference. Because at the end of the day, if you're just complaining and giving the excuses, and again, it's something that you can't change, you're just attracting more negativity. It's keeping you stuck when you're complaining. It's honestly annoying as fuck. Like, stop complaining. Stop complaining. It's annoying. It's annoying if I'm complaining. It's annoying if you're complaining. Like, all around, it's just so freaking annoying. And it's useless. I just think it's so useless to complain. Like, just find a solution. Find a solution for it. So focus on what you can control. It makes the biggest difference, guys. Number 4, stop fearing failure. Rather than focusing on all the reasons that you can't do it, focus on the one reason of why you can do it and why you should do it. It's going to make a huge, I keep saying this, it's going to make a huge difference, because it is. Like, all of these activities are what have helped me. And this is all things that I kind of wrote because I've had to go through them, and I've had to really experience them, like, hand in hand. And so when, this was one of my fears, was stepping up into my North Star and starting the Unwrapped Leader, which at the time I didn't know was going to be the Unwrapped Leader, but that's what I feared. And because I thought, what are people going to think of me? Am I even qualified to do this? And it's that, like, imposter syndrome that goes through so many people's head. But I don't care what it is. If you want to do it and you have a passion for it, you should do it. And think of, what if it does work out? Don't think of why it won't work out. Think of why it is going to work out. Okay. So stop fearing failure. Number 5 is set goals that are important to you. Specifically you. Don't set goals for other people. Set goals for you, and make plans on how you are going to achieve them, right? And we talked about those SMART goals. So again, it's just filling up your cup before you can, fill others, right? Number 6 is eliminating your self-talk. So this is all about your mindset and strengthening your mindset. The more you talk kindly to yourself, the more strong your mindset will become, and the more positivity you're going to attract into your world. And what you want to do is focus on talking to yourself like you would talk to someone you admire. And this is something I've actually helped a lot of people that I've had conversations with mentoring, is what we struggle with a lot, is this negative self-talk. And I say, would you say that to someone that was on your team? And they say, no, of course not. I'm like, then why would you say it to yourself? So eliminate that self-talk and start talking to yourself like you're talking to someone you love. Number 7 is surrounding yourself with what you want to become. So I kind of said this goes hand in hand with eliminating whatever's not serving you. And so in order to do that, you need to surround yourself with what you want to become. You want to find a tribe that matches your vibe. You want to find people who are there to support you, who are there to cheer you on. And this goes hand in hand too with what Dracy said, and sharing your goals with people that are going to be uplifting, that are going to be there for you. Okay. So really, really do your best to do that. Maybe you're going to go networking and you're going to go make some new friends. And that was one thing. Another thing I guess I could have added to all the things that I've accomplished this year. I've made so many new friends. I've moved to a new city in Fort Saskatchewan. I've met some amazing people, and I just continue to surround myself with people who are going to support my dreams, and people that really uplift me. So the next one is number 8, stop trying to make everyone happy. You're not going to make everyone happy. You never will. You have to do you. You have to fill your cup. Stop letting others empty it, and just make sure yours is always full. And don't be scared to say no. If you can't do something, you say no. Don't say yes just because you think someone else wants you to do it. And stop explaining yourself too, right? Like, just stop trying to make people happy. Just do you. Do what brings you happiness. And that's all I could say on that one. Number 9 is do a gifts analysis on your life and take action. So our gifts analysis is it's a kind of a redo, or what is the word I'm looking for? Reframe. Yeah. It's like a reframed version of the SWOT analysis. So it's identifying your gifts, identifying what you want to improve on, identifying what your future opportunities are, what is a threat to you at the moment, and then what is your support. And if you feel like you're lacking in one of those areas, especially the support, then go out and look for supports who can help you with this. And then last but not least, number 10 make a vision board that inspires you. Who has already made their vision board for 2023? Let us know in the comments if you've already made yours. We didn't yet. But that is definitely one of my goals for the end of the month. So that is 10 activities, guys, that I put together that I think you need to do to make 2023 great. So let me know in the comments which ones you agree with. And if there's anything else you would add to this list as well.
Well, Teisha, all I have to say is we have an audience of people who want to be fierce. I am a fierce female. I value that quality in myself. And I want people to know that their intentions are powerful. And with good intentions comes responsibility. And our responsibility to ourselves is to continually to grow, to level up, learn new things. And that is how we're going to be fierce. I pride myself on having a fierce frame of mind, fierce in protecting my family, fierce in protecting my finances, fierce in protecting my fitness, my future, and well, I think that was it. And family and friends. Yes, that was it. It's my things I fiercely protect. And one of the things that I learned is we fiercely protect our family. We fiercely protect our children. Why don't we fiercely protect ourselves? And that was a game changer for me when I had these beautiful daughters. It was like, how do I want them to stand up into the world? What kind of bravery and confidence do I want them to have? How do I treat them, my children, and look after them? Why don't I put that same value on myself? And it came down to value. And that's something so many of us women lack, is the value on ourselves. So I give you all permission that you are a gift. And your biggest gift is the value you put on yourself. Like Teisha says, fill your cup up first. So in saying that, we want to make our 2023 great. And to do that, a couple of things. Okay, Teisha, recap. We have that gifts analysis. It's a free gift. Go to our website, theunwrappedleader.com. Go and print it. Go and start working through it. Again, if you need the added support, reach out to us. The other thing is, we, again, are really expanding the awareness of this fabulous book. Everybody should be reading a book. And if you haven't read our book already, or if you have and it has impacted and inspired you to, again, please send us a photo, do a post, do a tag. We have a beautiful Christmas gift for you that we happily send in the mail for any of that support. But if you have someone, or if you have a team that you want to inspire, we are so happy to gift this book at our cost for buying multiples. So direct message us. We will send you a link. Get it in the hot little hands of those around you that you want to make an impact to, because Teisha and I are setting up our community, the Gifted Leaders, on Facebook. Go and find it if you're not in that community. We are it's been sitting and waiting for 2023, because our goal is on every week. We're going to unpack, or should I say unwrap, a chapter on how it can impact your life in a 12-week kind of situation, because we want to have a 90-day action plan for you. Here's the plan. This is going to make a difference on you and your business. So get into that Unwrapped Gift community. And again, we have promised that we're going to do a mini vision board workshop before the end of the year. So mark your calendars right now, the December 28th in North America, December 29th down under. And we will definitely stay tuned for more details. If you want to get on our wait list, just in the comments, please put waitlist. We'll make sure you're the first to know about more details on how you can do the vision board with us to set you up for success in 2023. Oh my God, I think we did a full episode. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and most importantly, if you love what you see, please give us your love and share us with those of you who feel that make a difference. You guys all have a great day. We'll see you next week on setting up more success for 2023.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.